Hi, folks, and welcome back to the Star Wars Library, where Star Wars is in print, and we have made it to issue 50 of the Marvel Comics series, and it is called Crimson Forever. Now, of course, as usual, as we've been in these last couple of episodes, you can find it in Resurrection of Evil, this trade here, and this is the cover here, issue 50. And it is a giant king-size special, or a super-sized Star Wars saga, giant 50th collector's issue. And so this came out in 1981. And what's kind of interesting is that this is the first time in Marvel since The Empire Strikes Back that Han Solo makes an appearance. It was kind of a contrived way. They were looking for a way to get him into the 50th issue because Han Solo is, one of the main characters. But he's frozen in carbonite, so what are we going to do? So they kind of throw that in here. So the story is called Crimson Forever, and it's by Archie Goodwin, and then it has art by Walt Simonson and Al Williamson. Both of them are doing the art here. So, like I said, 3 parts, and it's broken up into that, and the first part is called Crimson Forever, which is kind of the overall arc of issue 50. So it starts off, Lando and Chewbacca are off looking for Boba Fett still, still trying to find out where he is, trying to intercept him before he gets to Tatooine. Leia calls them back because Luke has been infected by the Crimson virus, and so he's ill. They're trying to figure out, like, okay, what's going on? Like, what is this? What's going on? And so Chewie has this story that he didn't really want to tell, but I guess because something embarrassing to him happened in it. But they need him to tell it because apparently Chewie, back in the day with Han, encountered this before. So Chewie then goes into a story time. So then it goes into part 2. And this is Rage in the Red Nebula. This is what it's called. So it's a whole flashback. Part 2 is all flashback. And it's Han, and he's dealing with this disease or dealing with it. He discovers 2 jewels, which together can basically create a better aurora around them. And then they can, cure the disease. They can help it. He actually ended up helping quite a few people with that. So then after that, they're kind of like, okay, here's what we'll do. And then it goes into part 3. Part 3 is called Against the Scarlet Knight. And basically, it kind of closes the whole House Tag storyline. The Rebels stop Domina Tag. She then, uses these crystals and all that stuff, reverses the effects, and Luke is okay, right? Because Luke can't die. And so it's kind of a nice way to bring Han Solo back into the Star Wars storytelling, or back into the Marvel comics, because again, we can't break continuity. So it was kind of a nice way, just a flashback. You get to have Han being a part of the big 50th issue. Comic books, for those that maybe don't know the medium that well, comic books always like to hype up certain issues. Number ones, obviously, 50s, 100s, 150s, basically every whole and then every half of 100, so that's kind of their big thing. So every 50, it's a big deal. And of course, number 1. So this was the same thing for Star Wars. Is that 50th issue, we want to have all of the main characters. Well, how are we going to get Han in this? So I think it was a nice way to do that. Here's the thing, though. Is this an essential read for Marvel readers, or for Expanded Universe, or Star Wars fans? Yes, I would say that it is a essential read for Marvel readers. Yes. Mainstream reader, I would say no, but it's up to you. Though I would say that being the fact that Marvel 108 is the brand new Legends content we have gotten since, or at least printed, since the buyout of Lucasfilm by Disney, or the decanonization of the EU, this is also kind of a little bit of a sequel to the Crimson Forever. In fact, I believe a YouTuber known as Son of Luke brought this to my attention. He did a review of this trade, and has this in it, as well as the Crimson Forever stories and stuff like that, and as well as stuff with Valence. So it might be worth your time, especially for you new EU fans who want to read this. So for modern EU readers, no, but if this is something that you're interested in, I would definitely highly encourage you to check it out. And it's not it's not essential to understand Marvel 108. I didn't go back and reread these until after 108 came out. I went back, reread them, and then reread 108, and it made 108, even cooler to me, which I already loved it. I thought it was great just as a standalone issue. So anyways, that's just something to keep in mind. It might be worth your time, but I definitely think it's a good read. And again, it's definitely an essential read for Marvel readers. So thank you so much, folks, for tuning in, and we will see you next time with another episode of the Star Wars Library. Take care.